after serving 4 years behind bars.
Further evidence today of just how much the cost of living is hurting families in Victoria. One of our oldest charities says demand has jumped in the last few weeks before, and some parents are even going hungry just to feed their kids. With me now is Foodbank Victoria CEO Dave McNamara. Dave, thanks for coming in.
Right.
You've got some figures to highlight just how much your services have been forced to deliver more in the last couple of months.
Yeah, I think ever since the first interest rate rise and then the war in Iran, we saw demand jump by 10%, which is a big number, but in terms of people, that's 69,000 meals a day that we're providing to 76,000 meals a day.
So thousands more meals every day.
Yep.
You've got to find.
Yep.
How do you go about doing that?
Well, we work hard at it. We work with our farmers, we work with our manufacturers, our producers, our wholesalers, our retailers, and then we buy whatever's necessary for families.
And so a double whammy. Interest rates are already pushing up prices, which even if you don't have a house will push up rents. But then fuel prices are forcing parents to make some very difficult decisions.
Yeah, I think decisions that no parent should ever have to make, unfortunately, and they're decisions that they're hiding from their kids. You know, telling their kids that they'll eat dinner later, and then they just don't. Driving their kids to school, leaving the car there, walking home, walking back to school to pick up the kids, just so they don't realise that, you know, can't put fuel in the car.
They're shielding their kids from just how difficult things are.
Yep.
And I imagine for them there's a lot of personal grief in having to do that.
Oh, if you put yourself in their shoes, of course there is. You know, anxiety around it, the fear of where's the next meal coming from.
And you're seeing a lot of people coming in who you haven't seen before?
Our phones are constantly ringing from people who needed help before and they just don't know where to turn and where to go.
What's their mental state like when they're calling?
Anxious, fearful. Some people are in tears. You know, some people have actually used to financially support us now asking us, I can't do that anymore, but I need food.
And you've been involved with Foodbank for how long?
18 years.
Have you seen it like this before?
No. This is, you know, you see spikes during things like bushfires and droughts, but this is a statewide driver of demand, and we haven't seen this before.
It feels like COVID times again.
In many ways it does. It's a little bit different, but it's eerily similar.
Yeah, so much so that you're actually repeating what you did during COVID. You're giving people the chance to drive in and get deliveries basically to the boot of their car this weekend.
That's right. So at our warehouse in Altona, which is 459 Croy Creek Road, between 10 and 2, where anyone can turn up that needs help. So there's no question to ask because we recognise that charities are under pressure at the moment. They can't cope with the demand. So this is our way of helping people get some food without questions. Just drive along to the warehouse. We'll give a hamper of pantry items, fresh, just to get through, just to help.
And tough on these families, tough on your hundreds of volunteers, and tough for you to see, I'd imagine too. Yeah,
it is tough. But I've got to say, when you're surrounded by volunteers, and at Foodbank we're fortunate enough to have 540 plus volunteers come through every week to help. When you see community, you know, pitching in like that, then you know that this is a beatable problem if people come together.
You've been around for 96 years, the Foodbank Victoria.
We have, not me.
No, might feel like it sometimes.
Sometimes.
But in that time, in passing, you knew Neil Dannahert.
Yeah, Neil and I went to school together. So I was coming in, he was going out, but he was quite the iconic figure at Assumption College when I was there.
I bet he was.
Yeah.
He stood out in so many ways.
A leader.
Indeed.